Hi, and welcome to one of JilMac's training hangouts. I'm JilMac. My students know that they can go to my website at JilMac.com. And if they have any questions, you can give me a call. And basically, if I'm working with a student and a student is in a training that we're recording, that it's as if they're on a field trip, and that's how FERPA laws should be dealt with. So I was showing you how to create a Google website. So we created our Google website. Now let's go out to it. So here I am on Google. And I'm going to go to my little Rubik's Cube over here in the corner. I think I'll make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to this Rubik's Cube, and by clicking it, it'll bring me... Now I have shortcuts for sites, but if you don't have a shortcut up there, you can click even more, and you can go down and scroll down through all the Google apps that are available to you. And I'm going to go to Google Sites, which happens to be in Home and Office. And I'm going to click on Google Sites over here. And Google Sites is going to bring me to all of my sites. Now I happen to have a lot of them, so I'm going to scroll down to JilMac. Google Sites Training. And I think this was it, JilMac Teaches Sites. I think that's the one I created for this series. And here it is, very plain. So in order to edit, we have three main options up here at the top. We have a pencil, which will edit this page. We have a plus, which will create a new page. And we have the gear, which is going to give you a lot more options. Right now I'm going to go over how to edit a page. So once you come up to the page you want to edit, you click on your pencil. When we click on the pencil, we open the editor. And the editor allows us to insert or format and do some other advanced features. And it also has our kind of basic word processing toolbar. So I'm going to scroll down, and the name of my page happens to be Home. But if I want it to be JilMac Teaches Google Sites, I can do that. And as soon as I click Save, instead of it being Home over here on the left navigation and Home up here, it's going to now say JilMac Teaches Google Websites. So by clicking on this pencil, if we edit up here in this main bar, that's going to change the name of the physical page. Now it doesn't change the page up here, it just changes the name as it appears. And I also want to put a little bit in about me. So hi, this is JilMac. I'm the instructor. And at CCV, which is the Community College of Vermont, and Windham Regional Career Center, I also teach and one-on-one technical training. So here I've told you a little bit about myself and what I like. I like doing stained glass, refinishing furniture, and repurposing. Now how I got these bullets was I happened to highlight this and click the bullets icon. If I click it again, it undoes the bullets. If I click it again, it creates the bullets. So that's how we can edit it. I want to show you one more thing, because a lot of times when I'm teaching things about the web, I want everyone to know that the web is created through codes. In fact, everything is, whether it's word processing or spreadsheet, it's all about codes. And so we're going to peek at codes. And I want to peek at codes just like as if you were learning about driving a car. You know, you drive a car, but basically there's an engine that makes the wheels turn. And it's okay to kind of lift up the hood and look at the engine. Sometimes the engine's in the front, Sometimes the engine's in the back. Sometimes the engine is electric, and sometimes it's gas generated. And so you can look at an engine and find out a lot of things about it. Today's engines are kind of a little bit more, I don't know if I'd call them streamlined as much, but you don't get to see kind of the grease in the gears moving like in the older cars. But let's just look under the hood. So let's click on HTML. When I click on HTML, I see that this website is created, and it says, "Hi, this is JilMac," and then it has this code $NBSP, and that happens to be a space, because in websites, clicking more than one space just kind of ignores it, unless you've put that in. You have to put that in your HTML code if you're doing it that way. If you're just doing space in a CMS, I'm going to cancel this now. If you're just doing space in a CMS, it takes care of all of that. But I want you to know that everything on the web, everything in word processing, all has these codes, and you can look at them. You can open your hood of your car and you can look at it. So that's how we would add some text. If I wanted to add a picture, let's just save it again. So when I save it, I go back and I now have this pencil, I have this add page, and I have the gear up here. Once I click the pencil, I'm able to edit this page, and I can also insert. Suppose I want to insert a picture. I can say insert image. And I'm going to upload an image, and I'm going to grab it from my pictures. And from my pictures, I'm going to go down to where I keep my stuff. Somewhere in here. Here's a good one. I'll just put that one in. It's a little bit older, but that's fine. And I can also give it an additional text option. And I'm going to say JilMac instructor. And then I'm going to say website JilMac.com. Because if you were blind, or you had images turned off, or you were sight impaired, or weren't reading images, not everybody uses the web with images. It's a lot faster without it. You wouldn't be able to look at this graphic and see that says JilMac.com and know that that's a website. But I can add it to my text. And so I'm going to say OK. Now it comes up, and the image is kind of behind here. And it shows us, are we left justified? Do we want to be centered on the page? Do we want to be right justified? Let's make it left justified. Do we want this picture small, or medium, or large? Or do we want it to be the original? And this was the original. It was a small image. I want it to load fast. And I also want the text to wrap, so I'm going to click that wrap. And then I'm going to just press inside of it, and now I've done that. I want to bring this down a little bit, so I'll put a couple of carriage returns in there. And there I have that. So now I have an image, and I have a little bit about me. And so I'm going to save this. And I'll come back and show you some more things that you can do in Google Sites. But that's how you add content, add an image, and how you edit a page using the pencil icon. Until next time, this is JilMac.